do another?
Not yet.
And let's rewind a bit. Alright, my name's Jack. I'm 24 and currently work in the British military in Cyprus. Last weekend, me and two of my mates, Ollie and Kieran, went to race Ironman 70.3 Greece. Prior experience. Me and Kieran have both completed 3 70.3s, 2 of them being together and always finishing very close to each other. We're also cousins, so there is a healthy family rivalry. Ollie's done 1 sprint triathlon in Harrogate.
What race are you doing?
Ironman 70.3 Greece. First 70.3. I did a sprint in April. That was horrible.
We arrived in Greece on Wednesday, stocked up on plenty of food. We checked into the mansion on the side of a mountain, built all of the bikes, did some swims just to make sure we wouldn't drown, realised it was extremely windy, rode the bikes, they were all good, went for a run, tapered off properly, and ate copious amounts of food, all tracked using the fuel in to make sure I'm hitting the exact carb load with precision. You can watch every day of the build-up on my channel, but let's go to race morning.
It's now race morning, 6 o'clock. We're going to head down to transition, pump up our tyres, final checks of the bike, put the nutrition on our bike, and then we're good to go. Sleep was alright last night, but at about midnight, got up at around 10 past 5. Ready to go now. Just got a race. A bit cold. Apart from that, yeah, we're good.
Yeah, nearly forgot the bottles.
Don't need them, do you, anyway?
Nah, overrated.
An important part of the race.
Overrated.
I think you just do one. Run was long.
That what?
Run was horrible. Just that wind.
Nice work, Oliver, from the UK. So proud of you. Here she is. You got to run.
Other times I was like getting blown all over the place, and then on the run, trying not to myself. I'm nearly like about to come out my eye. There was a portal over there, and I was like, oh, I don't need to go. For whatever reason, I just ran past it, and then nearly it was just awful. The whole way was awful. Apart the swim, I did really well in the swim.
Yeah, you did classic.
I need to, yeah, I need to check my pants. I couldn't hear out.
Yeah, we were shouting at them.
It's surprising how much wind noise is going past you when you're on.
Yeah.
Quite quick,
Yeah,
What do you think, mate? Alright?
it was awful.
Feeling alright now?
No,
Did you do another?
not yet.
What do you think? Doing another one?
Yeah, well, I've asked him that already. Have you changed your mind yet?
No, gas me in like a month.
Kieran, show us your medal, please.
Ποιο ψάχνουν, παιδιά.
Wait.
Έχουμε κι άλλο ένα αμάξι εδώ πέρα κάτω στο ξενοδοχείο,
That's
έτσι.
it.
What I've got to say?
Oh, okay.
I said thank you, sir.
Oh, you welcome. Is that piss all over your bike?
Where's
I
your
did it
piss
when on run. I did it when wind were blowing into me, so I was like, I checked no one behind me.
Where's your turns?
All down
Oh, you
here.
actually managed to come the
All
bike.
in his panties.
Well, the wind was blowing that way, so it literally only just ran down this leg. So my right cycling shoe and my right running shoe. Yeah, it's hard.
You've got to practice it.
I couldn't pedal.
You have to clean that.
My first race, I couldn't either. Dragging the pants, squeezing that hard.
Shoulder. That's not.
Oh, Ollie, you've done an half Ironman. Stop
Yeah, not
fucking
in the right
moaning,
position
mate.
because I was like really uncomfortable. And I kept having to like go like that.
Yeah,
with my
get the
arm.
violin out. We've done it too.
Get it, alright.
I've done an Ironman.
You've been on a
Great.
bike ride.
What are you going to do? Make it your whole personality now?
Bike ride. Hey, Jack.
Whoa! Sadly, that is the end of our trip. 20 past 9. I'm gonna do a full run through of, you know, how I think it went, what went well, what went bad, everything. It was a strange one. It was a very strange one, so I'll do that when I get back to Cyprus. But now I'm going to Athens airport, flying back to Cyprus. Got 3 weeks until by T100. I think mentally I was drained for this one and I couldn't give it as much as I normally do, and that showed on the run, which I was slightly disappointed about yesterday, but always learning. It's now time for the second worst part about triathlon, which is travelling back from races, because there's just so much to remember. Plan is now go on the turbo, 45 minutes, spin the legs out, watch free Lionel Saunders videos of his Kona prep, and then work in the morning before I go through the run through of how everything went and the race. So getting down to the swim, I felt good. I felt like everything was going sound. I felt confident. Didn't feel much different to any other races that I've done, apart from the fact that in my head, I knew I hadn't trained as well as I had for previous races. Going into Roth, going into Venice, going into every other race I've done so far, I've been majorly confident within myself and knew that, you know, I've done every training session. I've put the work in. I've enjoyed the process, and the process is the main thing I enjoy about these races. And this time, I did not enjoy the process. It was the complete opposite. It was stress. It was trying to do 1,000 things at once, traveling back to the UK for courses with work. My work was extremely busy throughout the whole month. I couldn't train well, 2 weeks without swimming, and these sound like excuses, and everyone has problems, but I'm just aware that these things contributed to my race. So I got in the swim, got in the water, was basically swimming out all the way to the left, like 1,000 meters, left again and back in. And on that first leg where you go all the way down, the wind was blowing heavy in our faces, and it's the same for everyone, but I didn't find feet. And looking at my times afterwards, I'm going to do a full separate video where I go through all the powers, the numbers, the BPM, all that kind of stuff. But basically, I just didn't feel great in the swim. Ended up actually like finding myself on the way back in, being way off to the left and like looking around, and there's just no one near me, which if there's no one near you in a race, that is a sign that you're probably doing something wrong and you should start sighting properly. I then got out of the swim, looked at my watch, seeing that I'd just swam 35 minutes and 40 seconds or something, and I was like, this is going to be a long day. And that messed with my head. That was the first time I've come out of the swim swimming slower than I've expected. Every other race has been like a lot faster than I've expected, like sub 30 minutes in Venice, 35 minutes in Perech when I expected to go like 40 minutes. Maybe apart from Nice, I mean, I just wanted to finish that race and that was like 42 minutes. But yeah, that was a tough one mentally, to like not give up, not get in a bad state of mind, and to keep pushing. I kind of lied to myself when I was just like, well, everyone must have had a slow swim. Like, yeah, I don't know. That's what I told myself. But if you have a bad swim, the race isn't over. Like, a lot of people are weaker swimmers than others, and it's just something I need to work on and just be consistent. 2 weeks of not swimming before a race is not good. On to some transitions. Tell you what, that was one of the longest transitions I've ever done. Just trying to survive. Like, who's creating these transition areas? Granted, the race moved from Vugalemi to Marathon like 3 months before the race was due to take place, so organising must have been like a logistical nightmare. But yeah, 0.8 miles through transition on tarmac that was, I had a lot of stones, let's just say that. It was killing my feet, and my heart rate went to about 181 beats per minute average. So transition took over 6 minutes, I think, which was actually pretty quick for the grand scheme of things. Into T1, I'm pretty good at transitions, or I feel like I am, for like someone who's new to triathlon and getting into all this stuff. Most of the stuff I need's on my bike, so literally all I do is run to my bag, get my socks on, helmet on, number on, and then I'm off on the bike. Now, this is where the race kind of fell apart. Hey, I got excited. I had my Cask helmet on, Cask Mistral. I mean, what a beast it is. Got some good pictures, looked pretty aero, felt strong on the bike. And up until now, every race I've done, I've been like properly pacing them. So really holding back on the bike, not going all out, kind of just being really conscious that I've got to run a half marathon afterwards, which looking back on it seems pretty smart. For this race, I kind of said to myself with the prep that we'd had going into it, I was just going to go for it. I was going to fully empty the tank, not be completely stupid, but you know, I felt like I was going to actually... Jeez, air freshener ruining my video. I was going to actually push it and go for it this race. And trust me, that is exactly what I did. I ended up averaging around 250 watts for the whole bike leg and going in 2 hours 21 or something, which was literally like my best bike that I've done so far in any race. Well, that came at a cost, and it meant that I just did not have the legs going onto the run. My transition 2 was really quick, like just over a minute, I believe. Bike, I was kind of standing up, going up the hills. It was really windy, crosswinds, 30 kilometers per hour winds, I believe. and it was a 2-lap course. First lap, I think like 110, second lap or around 110, just over, maybe a bit slower, but it was a case of you had one long leg, which was mainly uphill. Well, it was like flat and a bit of uphill, but you had the wind behind you, so it was really deceiving, so you were going pretty quick and pretty easy, and then you turn around at the end and the wind was just in your face, and even going downhill with the wind in your face, people were really slowing down, not getting in the drop bars or the TT bars, and I felt really comfortable at that, and I felt good, and I was passing loads of people, and yeah, that is kind of why I pushed it, and I did really well, I guess. Doing Roth in my head, I was like, well, I can do 180 kilometers quite comfortably now. Don't know about that, but why not just go for it? And that's what I did, and I paid for it on the run. First 3-4 kilometers, I just felt flat. It wasn't even like my body, it was my brain, it was mentally. I was pretty weak this race, and I say it's not being fully committed to the process. That is what let me down, but it's not a problem at all. It's a lesson learned, and it's a good one. It's like I say, I'm disappointed with the race. It was 4:35. I did a 1:32 marathon whilst feeling pretty shit and not pushing. Like, I didn't feel like I was pushing. I'm surprised they even came in 1:32. It's definitely positive, and I'm hungry for Dubai now. It's a week after Dubai. This week has been class. Hit all my sessions like I have done for the rest of the year, apart from these last 8 weeks. Work's been quiet. I've just actually made a massive decision, which I've spoke about numerous times on my videos, and the people who watch my YouTube are the people who are going to find out about it first. So I've just handed my notice in at work, which is scary as anything. It's mental. I've got so many videos basically in the bank ready to go, so many ideas that I want to do, so many things I want to do. I want to change it more, just not all about triathlon. Jesus, let's not break the camera. I'm not going to have as much money anymore. I say it all the time in these videos, and I think, like, look at Lionel Saunders. I'm going to be the Yorkshire Lionel Saunders. I'm just going to document everything I do. I'm going to document my whole life. I'm going to try and do videography freelance. I've got work with the Tri guys already, so I'll be going away to Ironmans and stuff with them. I'm going to basically, like I always say, follow what I'm passionate about, follow what I bloody love doing, and see where it takes me. It's scary, but I've got 6 months away in December, which I'm still going to make videos and everything like that, carry on with my coaching, and then just fully go for it. I've got so many ideas. I want to buy a van. I want to just go volunteer at Ironman events, go volunteer at any other triathlon events. I want to go document like high level or like pros from the UK or just normal people from the UK doing triathlon, make little documentaries about them, which then other big companies could see, get more sponsors. There's just so many things I can do on this tree. And at the moment, with the short form content, I'm being a bit slack with it. I am having this, like, I want every video to be perfect, which I will get over. But anyway, finished the race, 4 hours, 35 minutes. Ollie and Kieran finished and smashed it. Kieran coming in like 4 hours 40, I believe. And Ollie coming in 6 hours 24 for his first Ironman 70.3. I'm going to make a whole complete video on my mates and doing races with my mates and how amazing they've all done. So yeah, I'm not just breezing over that, but that's the end of the video. You've probably already seen Ollie now after his race and enjoying it. And thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the 5 days of Greece. I am going to T100 Dubai very shortly, where I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm flying out Lewis, who was an original from the very first video when I started these pages, and he's going to document every day. We're going to post every day. So like, follow and subscribe to see me lose my job, quit my job and try and do all this full time. I don't know how that's going to work.